What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Wrestlemania 40 review. We're going to do this all in one take, one off-the-cuff take. I'm going to review both nights 1 and 2. If I miss anything, it means I didn't think it was that important or anything crazy. But here we go, so let's get into it. Easily, night 2 far outperformed night 1. Night 1 was easily the weaker show, and night 2 was easily the better show. But let's get started with what night 1. So Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch, I thought that was a really good match. I thought it was a competitive match between two superstars, women superstars that the crowd really engages with. So I kind of expected that match to be good and the crowd to be into it. The crowd was a factor in night 1. It was clearly cold, so they were kind of quieter than you would expect. But overall, a good match, and Rhea Ripley came out the winner. I think that's the right move. Rhea Ripley's still got a lot to do with that championship, and I enjoyed that match. The ladder match, it was pretty easy to tell that there was going to be two teams winning, considering that the SmackDown titles and the Raw titles were kind of hanging separate. You kind of knew that there was going to be two different teams winning there. It was a good match. I mean, come on, it's a car crash match. There was a lot of good spots there. R-Truth winning was the highlight for me. It's about time that he won at Wrestlemania, so I liked that match quite a bit. After that, what would that be? Jimmy and Jey Uso. What a letdown. Just kind of spamming super kicks, basically. There wasn't enough heat, enough anger, enough... Like, this was supposed to be a big blow-off, and I know this won't be the blow-off. There'll be more matches later on. But there should have been more to this match, more anger, more aggressive nature, and there just wasn't, and it fell flat. Did not enjoy it. After that, I can't remember what came next. I guess not that important then. Sami and Gunther, that was the next thing that was truly important. Love that match. What I liked the most about it was the entrance, to be honest with you, with Sami Zayn kind of walking to the ring, showing him interact with his wife, his kid. Kevin Owens before, kicking stuff, getting hyped up, walking out of the curtain. That was great. Sami Zayn beating Gunther, ending Gunther's long title reign. Perfect. Absolutely the way it should go. Love that match. Afterwards, we had the big tag team match between The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, which was deemed the biggest tag match in the history of WrestleMania. And I think they lived up to that bill. It almost felt like kind of back to an Attitude Era kind of tag match, and I know that's mostly because of The Rock, but fighting in the crowd, spitting on each other, Roman Reigns spearing The Rock by accident. There was a lot of really good stuff in this match, and in the end, The Rock beat Cody Rhodes. He hit a rock bottom and then a people's elbow, and that was perfect for what they needed to do in night 1 to get ready for night 2, and kind of feed that story of Cody Rhodes just being so close but not quite getting there. Love the tag match. Definitely a must watch. Coming into night 2, we had a lot of good matches there. I can't remember what the opener was, but there was a lot of good matches. Oh yes, Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. Yes, no, I loved that match actually. Very good. It went a little short. I think it was about 10 minutes, but they got a lot in there. There was a lot of kickouts by Seth Rollins, kicking out of Drew McIntyre's Claymore. Drew McIntyre was beaking with CM Punk most of the match, which led into CM Punk actually getting physical at the end of the match after Drew McIntyre wins, gets his big moment, and then all of a sudden CM Punk with his broken elbow is beating the crap out of Drew McIntyre, and then what do they call him? The transitioning Undertaker or whatever he's supposed to be. Damian Priest comes in and he cashes in his Money in the Bank and beats Drew McIntyre, setting up a feud between McIntyre and Priest, and then later McIntyre and Punk. And Punk just had that great grin when he saw that Priest was going to cash in after he beat up Drew McIntyre. Loved that. After that, I think we had AJ Styles and Eli Drake, I believe. That was a great match. I quite enjoyed that. Just a good, no BS, no titles, just two guys who don't like each other having a match. Eli Drake picked up the win. Thought it was great. perfect match. Then we had the Extreme match, I think. Another car crash. Bubba Ray Dudley was reffing. That kind of made it funny. What can I say? It was good for what it was. Next, I think there was that Rey Mysterio and Jason Kelsey and the Eagles guys. That's all I remember from the match, to be honest with you. Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson from the Philadelphia Eagles, for whatever reason, getting involved in helping Rey Mysterio win. And Rey Mysterio and Andrade doing a cool double cross body off the top rope to the outside. That was a cool spot. Coming up next, I believe, was this Bailey and whoever she was fighting. I've been a little bit removed from WWE, but I always watch WrestleMania. But that was a very good match too. I'm giving respect to the champion, even though I'm forgetting her name right now. But love the match, excellent. Probably the second best match on this card, I believe, after the main event, in my opinion. Those girls really just knocked it out of the park. Bailey was selling her knee very, very good. I almost thought that she was for real injured on her knee, which kind of added to the excitement when she did eventually end up winning. Great match. After that, there was Randy Orton and Kevin Owens and Logan Paul in their triple threat. This was such a fun match, and I kind of could tell that it was going to be a fun match from the start when Kevin Owens comes out on a golf cart and then backs up the golf cart when Randy Orton's coming out, and they drive to the ring together in this golf cart and just start beating up Logan Paul and ganging up on him. But then, as you know, eventually they turn on each other. It becomes one big mess. Randy Orton RKO'd some guy from YouTube and barked at him. I can't remember what his name was, Swoosh or something goofy. I don't know. Very fun match though. Logan Paul wins in the end. Did you expect anything different? His Prime logo was on the ring, but very fun match. And last but not least, the main event: Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. This was a year in the making. You could even go farther back than that if you want. You could say this is kind of Cody's years in the making match. But this was everything, right? This was basically WWE's endgame. I don't even know where I start. It starts out as a good technical match between Cody and Roman, and then kind of all hell breaks loose, right? It looks like Cody's about to win this match. Solo Sikoa comes in and messes it up. Then all of a sudden you got John Cena, my guy right over there, as you can see. He comes out, and it's like, all right, now it's starting. Everything's gonna go crazy. He beats up Sikoa, puts him through the announce table, and then all of a sudden, who you got next? You got The Rock coming down here. Not once in a lifetime, not twice in a lifetime, but now we got thrice in a lifetime. Cena and Rock face to face again in a ring at WrestleMania. What a throwback. That was a really cool moment. So John Cena tries to smack The Rock. The Rock dodges it, rock bottom, and you're like, ho ho ho, business just picked up, eh? So then it looks like The Rock is about to just put an end to Cody. This is bloodline rules. Cody's fighting all these extra people. Then what happens next when The Rock's about to beat up on Cody? The lights go out. People were expecting Stone Cold, and that would have been cool too, but it was almost an even cooler surprise because you didn't expect The Undertaker. You weren't even thinking of The Undertaker. The lights come back on. The Undertaker sitting there staring at The Rock. And that's been a long time since The Rock and The Undertaker have ever been face-to-face on television in a long time. So that was kind of a jacked up moment where like, ho, what's going to happen here? The Undertaker chokeslams The Rock. The Rock's out of the picture now. And now it's kind of fair game once again. And then Seth Rollins also comes in here afterwards when there's still more BS going on. He gets to do nothing, basically. Roman Reigns just smacks him in the face. So he didn't really accomplish much. But the cool part about this was Seth Rollins brought a chair in the ring. So now there's a chair in the ring, and Roman Reigns is seeing Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins both down. And he's looking at who's he going to hit with the steel chair. And I like the attention to detail here because Seth Rollins was in the same position that Roman Reigns was in when Seth Rollins turned on the Shield and hit Roman Reigns with a chair. So Roman Reigns looks to exact revenge, and we all know that nothing good comes when you try to get revenge. He hits Seth Rollins with the chair. Cody Rhodes capitalizes on Roman's distraction, hits him with his crossroads a few times, and wins the championship. So exciting. The feel-good moment that we've been waiting years for. They had the big celebration where, the locker room comes out and picks Cody up, kind of like at WrestleMania 10, like they did with Bret Hart. And it was just the picture-perfect moment. And as we've kind of seen, like, it seems like every 10 WrestleManias, there's always kind of the underdog story where the underdog wins. And that continued at 40. Cody Rhodes got his moment. And just a crazy couple nights of WrestleMania and a crazy main event. That was just so much fun. Just a feel-good story. If you are a wrestling fan, I would take the time to go back and watch a bit of WrestleMania because it was just very exciting again, and a very good feel good story. So yeah, that's my review of WrestleMania 40. I thought it was a very good weekend of wrestling and a very exciting way to wrap up this whole chapter of WWE.